do the chemo treatment. It smells like ass over here. And that goes well at first, and then I believe like 30 minutes later I get really sick and turn yellow and start throwing up. But we wait, I think it was the next day we did dialysis. Or no, it had to have been 2 days later because they wanted the drug to take effect. So 2 days later we do dialysis. And then they checked my numbers after that, and they actually started going up. So our first chemo and everything helped us out. My numbers started going back up and I was starting to look good. So a week passes and we do chemo again. The second time goes a lot better. I don't get sick at all. I think I did end up with like a minor headache, but I didn't throw up. I always get worried that there's actually cops in those cars, but I know there's not. But yeah, so the chemotherapy helps. Oh, it looks like it's nicer this way too. I actually have my weather liner on because it's only like 70-some degrees, so I get kind of cold. But yeah, so chemo working. My numbers start getting better. I think they're pretty low still. But the doctors are talking about me starting to look good enough to get out. They kind of talked about that for a week. During that time, I started doing physical therapy because I had been in a bed for like 3 weeks, so I actually couldn't walk at all. So we start doing physical therapy, and you'd be surprised how fast you lose the ability to walk after being in a bed. I could barely even walk like 10 feet for the first couple days we did physical therapy. But I finally got my legs back to where they needed to be. I was doing stairs and whatever. I actually almost fell on my face one time. But other than that, physical therapy went good. It only took me like a week total to get back to walking condition. Now my parents actually, you know, take me outside to walk around, feel like I'm getting better and everything. So finally one day they come in and say, hey, we think we're going to get you out this weekend, maybe by Sunday. So I was like, all right, man, I'm ready to get out of here, so if you can make it happen any faster, that'd be sweet. So what they were doing is just kind of setting up a transfer to Rush University, which is where I go now for chemo. And once they mentioned it, it really didn't take long for it to happen. They actually came back the next day and said, it looks like we're going to get you out on Friday, so tomorrow. So be ready to leave, you know, get everything together and get situated, and we'll try and get you out tomorrow. So they finally sort everything out, and they get me out on that Friday, and I was excited to leave. I was completely done with the hospital. You finally get out of the hospital after 3.5 weeks. I told my mom while I was in the hospital that this is the summer that I get my bike. I don't care what anyone says. So I actually start looking for Ducati dealers. At the time, I was actually looking to get an 848 Evo Corsa, but I found a dealer on the way back from Columbus to Chicago. It was out in Springfield, Ohio, and they had the new Ducati stock and everything. So I went there and I was like, hey, I'm looking for an 848 Evo. Do you have any here? And he said, no, we just sold our last 848 Evo, but you really should be interested in the 899. So the guy talks to me about the 899, and I don't know, I wasn't really a huge fan of the look. I really liked the undertail exhaust on the 848, but I heard a lot of problems with it being uncomfortable. And I actually realized when I sat on one, your hand over here, I think it was actually on both sides, would get smashed in between your windscreen fairing and your brake or clutch lever. They didn't really fix that problem design-wise. They just shortened the steering lock. They made the steering locks more narrow on the 899, so it's impossible to reach that. So this guy talks about the 899. He says the maintenance intervals are better, produces more power. And I start really liking the looks of it. The mirrors are more functional than the 848. The headlights look sick, the taillights look sick. The seating is a little more narrow than the 848, and it's not as wide in the back and everything. So yeah, I start getting really attracted to the 899. And I decide that it's the bike that I really want to get. Now, I'm still on chemo, so I'm really not even supposed to drive. But when I get back to Chicago is I start looking for a dealer in Chicago that sells Ducatis. I find one and they're called Team MCC. They're in Villa Park, which is just south of Chicago. They have a whole new stock. They had 848s there that I looked at when I went. But I tell my brother that I want to go up to Team MCC and look at bikes because he flew in from Texas to see me. So he's like, all right, we'll go up there sometime this week. I think we went on a Tuesday, and my mom decides to tag along. I was like, okay, I don't really know why she wants to go. I figured she just wanted to go out there for the shopping. But yeah, my mom tags along. And we're looking at bikes, and I tell the guy, if you ever go there, his name's Nikita. I tell him that I'm pretty interested in an 899. I'm really looking at buying one sometime soon. So he's like, well, what do you ride now? And I'm like, I don't ride anything now. I have dirt bikes. I've been riding dirt bikes for 11 years, but I've never owned a street bike. So the first thing he says to that, I thought he was going to be like, oh man, this is going to be too much for you. But the first thing he says is, you want to take it out for a test drive? And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I want to take it out for a test drive. And I really didn't expect him to say that because I've been into bike dealers before and asked about test drives. And most of them say they don't do test drives for insurance reasons. But yeah, he just takes my ID, gets my information and whatnot, whatever they need for a test drive, and he gives me gear and takes me out to the bike. And I'm shaking. I'm scared to ride an 899. 150 horsepower, 898cc bike. It's a fucking Ducati. If you've ever seen Yes Man, it kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, I'm a little nervous to ride this 899. So I tell him, hey, I'm a little nervous. Do you mind if I take it around the parking lot? And he's like, yeah, you know, just do a couple laps until you get comfortable on it, and then we'll go do our drive. And I'm not even like halfway through a lap around this tiny parking lot. I'm like, dude, I can handle this thing. Let's go. So we gear up and go. We actually get up to like 104 miles per hour because I'm following him and he's taking off. So this bike is, man, it's just blowing my mind. I've been on street bikes before. I've been on a Ninja 250. Actually, my friends that I talked about last video who crashed, I might add a picture to this video so you can see what kind of condition it's in now. It's not bad. Yeah, I get my ride on my first street bike, like real street bike, not a freaking 250. And I'm loving it. It's just so much fun. It's lightweight. You know, I thought it was going to be like some big heavy 425 pounder, 430 pounder. I think it's 425 pound super bike. But no, I mean, it feels great. I fit it perfectly. Like my knees are exactly where they're supposed to be. And it just feels like the bike is made for me. So we get back from the test drive, and I can't get this dumbass smile off my face. I'm just so happy after riding it. And, you know, I just kind of... I didn't plan on buying it then, so I wasn't really thinking about that. But yeah, I just got to talk to my brother saying, you know, I love the bike. It was awesome. I would definitely consider getting one soon. But the guy goes over and talks to my mom, and he's like, you know, these things are tough to come by right now. We don't have any in stock. The red ones take about 3 to 4 weeks to order, and the white ones can take like 1 to 2 months. So if you want to place a deposit on one now, we can get an order in for you, and you'll have it in, you know, however long it takes to get there. My mom's like, okay, we'll put a payment on it. And then I was just standing there like, what the fuck? Did you really just say that? And so I'm just like in complete disbelief because I planned on buying the bike. I didn't plan on getting it that day. But yeah, so my mom decides to go ahead and put a payment on the bike, or a security deposit, whatever you want to call it. So I have this brand new 2014 red Ducati 899 coming in like 3 to 4 weeks. I just buy a helmet that day with my own money and everything. You know, I start buying gear because I'm so excited to get this bike. So I buy a Bell Vortex just a cheaper helmet. I'll definitely get like a Shoei or something nice. I got my Alpine Star gloves online, my Alpine Stars jacket online, and I got these sick Ducati boots at the store. I'll probably post a picture somewhere in here, but yeah, I get all my gear, and I'm expecting to wait 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm so excited that it's like impossible for me to sleep at night. I'm so excited for this bike to come in. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there thinking like, what the fuck, man? How do you get a Ducati 899 for your first bike? You don't even know how to ride. But I've been riding dirt bikes for 11 years. I've been on street bikes before. And really the only difference between dirt bikes and street bikes is you have to know the rules of the road. Dirt bikes definitely don't stick as well to the road as street bikes do, so yeah. Plus, dirt bikes have a way higher center of gravity, so even though they produce a hell of a lot less power than this, they're a hell of a lot easier to wheelie. So even the guy agreed with me. He said, you know, there's really not a huge difference between riding dirt bikes and street bikes. Yeah, I'm waiting and waiting for this bike to come in, and then like 2.5 weeks later, he says, he gives me a call and say, hey, I hear your bike is coming in sometime soon. I'm like, okay, sweet. Do you have any idea when exactly it'll come in? And he's like, oh, actually, my boss is telling me your bike is here right now. So if you want to come pick it up, I'll see you soon. So I'm like in the middle of going to the bathroom. I'm like, oh shit. I run downstairs. I'm like, Mom, we're leaving right now. My bike is in. So we take off to Team MCC in Villa Park, which is about 45 minutes away from where I live. Get all my gear ready to go. And we get there, and there's my bike. Just sitting right out front. And we still have to go inside and finalize all the paperwork. So we go ahead and do that. It takes us about 30 minutes or so to get all the paperwork done. That smells like shit over here too. Finally, after those long 30 minutes of paperwork, we get me out to the bike, yeah. And it just looks gorgeous, you know, brand new, freshly waxed. I think it had like 3 miles on it. He said he went up to the gas station. It was like literally right down the road to fill it up. No, not, I think it had like 2 miles on it. It was right there. But yeah, he just, you know, tells me how to work the bike. I knew how to work it decently before since I had already test rode one. So I get it all set up, set the clock, set up all the modes. I don't think I really changed any. I have my sport mode set up here. I think that might be default. But yeah, we get all that set up, start the bike up, and it just sounds beautiful. But of course, you know, I have home dirt bikes, so I know that you have to break them in. So I got to do my 600-mile break-in period, which that kind of sucked. But it went. Actually, I can't even say that it went fast. It felt like it took forever to break it in. But yeah, so I'm on this brand new Ducati on my way home, riding it for the first time. I was actually really comfortable on it. I actually found it hard to believe that before I even test drove it that I was nervous. But my mom, however, she's just freaking out the whole time on the way home. You know, she's honking and yelling at people that are making day distance with me. But yeah, I do that 45-minute ride home, and I can't help but, I mean, the first thing I do is I take a bunch of pictures of me from the photographer. So I just take all these pictures and then just start riding and riding and riding. I mean, other than the braking and everything, that's basically where we are today. We have 1,588 miles on it. So we're more than broken in. We've actually passed the second break-in interval thing. It's at 621, you can pass 6K, but don't go past 7K, and then after 1200, you can go crazy. But yeah, those are really the two major things that have happened that you need to know about, you know, me first getting this being my first super bike, and the fact that I have some stupid ass blood disease. And yeah, that's why I'm on chemo. And I don't know, we'll see if I might make another video on this trip. I got a ways to go, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll try and get some, you know, I'll try and make videos out. I just started doing this, so we'll try and make things better for you. All right, I'll catch you next time, guys.